Hello, my name is Hurun Research and I'm the Chairman and Chief Researcher of the Hurun Report, and I'm delighted today to bring you from Guangzhou the results of the 2022 Global Unicorn Index half-year report. Now, the data source primarily is from the best investors in the world, and then it's a cross-checking work that we do. We cross-check against media reports, against databases, and of course with the unicorns themselves. Now, you might well be forgiven for thinking that the number of unicorns has gone down. After all, the global economy has shed $13 trillion worth of value in the first half of the year. The Chinese economy especially has also spluttered a bit, what with COVID outbreaks. But the reality is that the number of unicorns has done nothing of the sort. It's grown, and it's grown at record levels. So in the first half of the year, we've managed to find 2 new unicorns every day of the first half of the year, to take the grand total to 1,300 plus known unicorns in the world. And that's very surprising to me. And I suppose it shows that these unicorns are picking up where our lifestyles are changing, where a lot of the economy is changing as well, and creating fast-growing businesses in these spaces. Now, the average age of a unicorn is only 8 years old. So that means that the founder was 36 when he set it up, or she, and is today 44. So is a very, very young company. So what were you doing in 2014? It's a good question, isn't it, sometimes? And when we look at which industries are most disrupted, it's actually financial services, business management solutions, healthcare, and retail. And so if you're choosing an industry, you might want to choose one of those 4. If you're looking specifically, what do these unicorns do? Well, they're doing fintech, they're doing e-commerce, SaaS, they're doing health tech, they're doing AI, cybersecurity, semiconductors, and so on and so forth. Basically solving many of the problems that the world is facing at the moment. Another point that I find is very useful to help understand how innovative a lot of countries and cities are, is to look at where these unicorns are based. And if we look at the best unicorn startups ecosystems in the world, if you like, it's the US, which dominates, has about 600 plus. China is number 2 with 300 plus, and then the rest of the world. Actually India and the UK are 3rd and 4th, and then Germany, and then Israel overtook France, believe it or not, to number 6 in the world. By city, it's San Francisco, and followed by New York, which overtook Beijing, and so on and so forth. So it gives you an idea of some of the cities as well. And this is very significant because I think if you're a young entrepreneur and you've got a dream, you're going to be drawn automatically to cities where there are a lot of like-minded people around. And that's going to be a big pull. And actually that's going to make these cities who do a very good job with their startup ecosystem potentially grow even faster. Now, in this report also, we've done a lot of analysis and compared it against the future unicorns. So you can see in the reports that we just released about the future unicorns, we call them cheetahs, and they're sort of $300 to $500 million valuations, very likely to go unicorn fast. And then gazelles. So you have the little bit of a zoo here, and a cheetah runs very fast, but can only run 400 meters before it runs out of puff, a bit like a very fast-growing young future unicorn. The gazelles, well, they sometimes quite dangerous. They've got very short feet, but if they don't make it to the top, then they come to nothing, I suppose. And make it to the top, you're a unicorn. And where do you go from here? Well, you go to some of the world's most valuable companies. Basically, you go to the Global 500, led at the moment by Apple. Okay, well, look, I hope this gives you some insights into what's happening in the world of the most successful startups. And I find it an absolutely fascinating space, and really hope that you do too. Okay, thank you and goodbye.